Hello and welcome to this edition of Big Sky 35. This Saturday edition chat. Uh, so I just want to talk about the week that was, week that's going to be, and everything in between. So see, the week it was. Let's see, a Sunday night we did an NFL draft, fantasy draft. I do have another one this week, but that won't be this week's show. But that's Monday for me. Uh, with some YouTubers. Had some fun. I know it probably wasn't very entertaining to watch, but sometimes you just got to do something stupid and dumb and see where it leads you. And we had fun. It was a funny time, and plus we have it to look back at. To see some stupid draft picks later. uh, but it was a good time. Uh, Doing some cord management here. They're getting on my nerves. So let's see. So that leads me to Monday with me and my dad. Another great video. Talked about the White Sox, I believe. It's all running together. The season's running together. Just for a Mets fan, I want it to be done. They're jerking my emotions around. One day they're talking about trading Pete Alonso. The next day they're not. I feel like they need to re-sign him. He's a cornerstone of that team. If you don't re-sign him or try to, I don't understand. You're going to go after. I don't know who you're going to go after outside that team. You still got money there in Lindor and two guys that are gone, but that owner can pay Pete, and they won't. I don't think Pete's going to break the bank. But anyway, we'll get back to what the week was. Wednesday showed off how I'm collecting, and that's something that I'm going to talk about today. Is like every once in a while, I just like to reflect on how I am collecting and what the future holds in my collecting. So, man, I have been just trying to purge down my collection. I want it to be manageable. I like to be about half to a third to a half of what I have now, or what I did, at the beginning of the summer. It's an ongoing process. It's not a hurry process, but just something to work on. Problem is I'm purchasing as I'm doing it, but I'm purchasing. If you notice, what I picked up the other day was just some, Pete Alonso, Gary Carter, David Wright. That's kind of what I'm focusing on. And Gary Carter, believe it or not, is not really a big focus, just the newer cards, because it's tough for me to get the playing day stuff because what I'm looking for is autographs in that time now. But I'm not going to break the bank for him either. His autograph kind of went up a little bit this past year, which everything did. But the prices haven't come back down a little bit. So I'm just waiting it out. I have plenty of Gary Carter autographs. I just want to get on card playing days, in persons. So, which can be tough because there are a lot of already in Gary Carter collections, which I'm finding there's more and more of. But anyway, I would like to get. I have a 2-row box full of cards that I would love to get graded at PSA for the registry. I just can't find myself paying $20 a card or whatever it is for cards that are not worth doing at that rate for just my registry. So again, waiting out PSA. I'm waiting out somebody, it feels like, all the time. So I do have that going on. Pete Alonso, I've had some fun with this with these newer cards. You know, you can see what direction they're going in now that Fanatics is out. They're going to take over. I mean, the mantle of 20. I mean, the Topps Chrome. There's a ton of color. Even though that it's hard to hit in a box. Holy cow! That makes me know that they printed Topps Chrome to the moon and back. Let's see. So it's just I'm having fun collecting that stuff. I just now I'm kind of waiting out pricing a little bit. It's a double-edged sword. You want to get stuff as soon as it comes out because it disappears, but they jack the price up, first to market type of deal, and then that sets the standard for a little while, and you got to kind of wait for people that want to get rid of their stuff and start dropping their prices. And I don't need all the colors. I just I could just get what I can get, and because a lot of times I get bored. I'm watching and I just move on to the next thing, and I'll go back to it and look for it later, and then it gets really tough. But it's just a double-edged sword. And what I feel like I got a good representation of Topps Chrome and Topps Chrome 2022 Topps Platinum Chrome Anniversary. However, Platinum Chrome Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary. There you go. I feel like I got a good representation of those with the players I collect. I do collect Bench and Griffey and Frank Thomas and Cal Ripken. I just decided with that collections right now, they're not really on hold. I'll pick up the base card and I'll pick up when I go to a show and go through a box, pick up some cards or but I'm not going at like eBay searching. I'm doing when I'm sitting there or ComC. I do have a 100 card order coming in from ComC. In all Pete Alonso. Pretty much all the base cards that I've been missing because I'm buying all the big variants. When I go searching, I just rather get the variants than the base card. I just sat down one day, put money in my account, and just pulled up my spreadsheet and just started going through start at the cheap end at like 30 cents a card and just kept going. I don't think I paid over $1.11 for any of those cards. So did pretty well. And that's going to put me over a magic number that I'll probably celebrate a little bit on here. But that's kind of how I'm collecting right now. I don't know why I've got on this the Pete Alonso kick, David Wright kick. Really been collecting those two guys. Pete really hard. I've been collecting them rather hard. And I don't want to say neglecting, but I've just chosen to, put some of my other that just not as important to me at the moment. When I went to the show, I was looking for Bench PSA cards for my registry. I already graded. That was tough, and I might start hunting those down. It just I just haven't. I've been Pete Alonso hunting, and now I see why people when they super collect, they stick to one or two players or a team. I don't know how people do a whole team. I just with the team thing, I get connected to players. It happened to me with Conforto, DeGrom to a certain extent. I saw DeGrom coming 2 or 3 years before it happened. Syndergaard and the Syndergaard thing when he got hurt. So I just stopped, and I have nice, healthy collections of those guys as Mets as well. But there's no other Met that I really connect with right now as I do with Pete. Francisco Alvarez is probably my second favorite right now, even though he's cooled off a little bit. I'm recording this on Friday because I'm going out of town this weekend. Uh, so tonight is Friday night, and Ronnie Mauriciano or whatever his name is, well, I can't say that. I'm really high on him. I've been looking forward to him coming up all year. I felt like he should have been probably up before Mark Ventos. So he's supposedly, because today is the expansion of the lineup, he's supposed to be coming up. So they're calling up Brett Beatty, him, Ventos, Alvarez. They're all supposed to be in the lineup tonight. And I can't watch it because it's on Apple TV and I'm at work. But at least, I mean, I can kind of put it on in the background, most likely at work. But yeah, it's on Apple TV. I looked it up. I was like, oh, I really want to watch tonight's game. And it's hard as a Met fan to have reasons to watch games right now other than just to watch them. It's kind of tough year right now. And I really want to see these young guys play because that's the future. One way or another, as they're traded, and they're pretty loaded in the farm system. Mike was at a game this past week, a minor league game in the area there, and sent me a copy of the scorecard, and it was loaded with prospects. I was like, holy smokes. So, and y'all, if y'all haven't seen his last one, is Bryce Harper. He was lucky enough to be at Harper's 300th. He didn't tell me he was going. I mean, he went to see Ohtani play, and I don't know if Ohtani played, but he got to see his Harper's 300th in person. And I just want to. He was talking about like why he, like almost like trying to justify why he gets modern day cards as well as vintage. And I put on there, I was like, man, buying modern cards is buying history. History happens every day. And he was lucky enough to be part of it, being in attendance, being there in the house, being amongst it, as our friend Ed says. And got the Topps Now card, and that's why Topps did that, because baseball history is made, period. I was telling people at work, good or bad, we have lived my 51 years. I've lived through quite a bit of history. I looked at my grandma. Me and my grandma talked about it one day. How much history she saw in her lifetime. I mean, I think I might have topped it. I've seen a lot of stuff, things that I would never thought I would have seen, good and bad, and sports, out of sports, whatever. And that's what I'm saying. These vintage guys, I think they're missing out on a little bit of things that are going on now, and just thinking history is only in the past, but it's made in the present. You only live in the present for that precious moment, and then it becomes history. And to be part of it, I mean, as much watching on TV is awesome, and you feel like you're part of it, but being there, I mean, that place was nuts. He has video of it, of the at bat. It almost looked like the Angels pitcher served it up a little bit. But I have to. I just wanted to say that not a rant or anything like that. It's just I think we missed the point. To be history, it's got to happen in the now, and to be part of it is pretty awesome. So don't miss out by looking in the past, because you'll miss what's going on now. That's kind of my point. It happens now. It's good to look back in the past, because learning the past, and we know it's gonna repeat itself because people refuse to learn about the past and things seem to repeat itself. But it's always good to know how to fix things or how to deal with things by learning the past and how we can better ourselves. But anyway, I get back to card collecting. So I've been really on Pete. There's couple other guys in the league. I've been picking up some Juan Soto's. I think Juan Soto right now is a fun purchase because people are just kind of giving up. He's on the West Coast, playing on a team that should be doing better. A letdown team. He's not having a great season. He's having an okay season, but not great. He's had some misfortunes in the outfield. But I mean, he's not hard. I don't, it's just when I go to shows or somebody's selling them and I see it at a good price, I kind of pick it up. Same way with Trout. I think a lot of people rightfully so are down on Trout, but I like Trout the person as much as I do the player. I really do think if you played on a contender, he might not miss as many games that he's missing. And I don't think that's a character flaw. I think that's just upset. I mean, I have called into work on days where I got pissed off the day before, not liking what's going on, and had to take some mental days because it's just, I call them that, just no better word for it. But, I feel like that's a couple of players other than Mets that I pick up on normal. I've been, buying a little hockey. Always have my ear to the ground for that. Always talking to my hockey guys. Wrestling, pick up some wrestling cards. I don't watch wrestling all the time. I don't watch every show. The WWE shows, to me, I can't sit down and watch whole shows. I rather get the highlights off of YouTube or their channels just to see what's going on, the better matches. And I do watch indies. I watch OVW. I like watching some of the indie wrestlers. For one, they're funny. They try to go over the top because they're trying to be seen. And it's some bad wrestling right there. You sit there and you can laugh a little bit. And I'm in a great area for it. I think I might want to start going to some live events around here on weekends. This area is ton of it. We have November. There's a whole weekend of it here in Winston-Salem. A bunch of indies, and it's a convention of some sort. I'm trying to go to some of it, see what it's about. What else am I collecting right now? Hobby. That's about it. I'm still looking for pictures. I have two things I'm getting framed at Hobby Lobby. I can't wait to share that with y'all. This wall behind me is not. I have my whole hallway is covered. Starting to go into the bedrooms a little bit. My living room has stuff in it, not a lot. Hanging up. Also use that for noise reduction for other apartments. From me and my loud mouth talking on here, and also from them. I have a dog next door that likes to bark and howl. So it's a twofold thing going on. I have a lot of pictures up, but I love them. I walk through. It's great. I have personal pictures and hobby pictures. I am collecting still Star Wars. Just bought Galaxy Chrome today off of, I can't believe it was there, off of Tops. Reasonable price. Wasn't too crazy, like $220, I believe. I'm sure secondary market will buy it up and it'll be $600-$700. Something crazy. But I love the Star Wars. Love the that Topps Chrome. I have some more to open up. Star Wars. I do very slow rolling. cards, but I just love doing. I have a nice little. I have a backstock now of wax. Uh, got a nice little wax wall building, and just very slowly open it. I just, uh, buying wax is a sucker bet, but it's so much fun to open. And I would sit down and I would have opened all of it in one sitting. Boom. And then the next day be like, man, I need to buy some wax and go out and buy more wax. And then I have a bunch of cards that I don't care about like I do now. And I'm having so much fun buying the singles, and also opening up a little. I'm trying to find that good balance between the two. And I think I've done a pretty good job at it. I open one pack a day, and that suffices me. It's kind of a reward at the end of a day. I come home from work, work second shift, so get home about midnight. I'll have a little snack and something else, some water, and watch some videos or catch up on some games, and open my one pack, and it is what it is. Right now I'm on to Heritage 2023 baseball, which I started opening before the National. Probably that was a bad purchase. I think I bought it just because I love 74. It holds a special place in my heart. So I think that's about it with how I'm collecting. Oh, I'm still picking up the Virginia players. Like to pick them up in their UVA uniforms. We play Tennessee Saturday. I think that's going to be not good in our favor. Tennessee's 12th in the country at Tennessee. It could be long 4 quarters for the Who's. But I'll probably have it on while I'm driving to Newport News for the weekend. Going up there for my mother's birthday, taking her out to dinner, and also seeing a friend of mine's son. He's a freshman this year, playing football, but he's hurt this weekend. But I'm still going to go to a game just to hang out with my buddies, and I haven't seen in a long time, and just watch a college game. It's a D3, nothing huge, but just to go out. And I'm gonna be up there anyway, so I might as well go catch a game, say hi to the kids, and I used to babysit them back when they were little bitty things. So got to keep up with them. So that's about it. How I collect right now. Nothing's really changed. I kind of evolved into this mode a few years ago. I do a little small set collecting. I like to do inserts a little bit. Added some Z folios because those back pages, when he started showing them, I think that kind of is running wild through the, not just him, a lot of people are starting to do that. But I think he's one of the people first I saw actually saying it. Still doing the grading, just kind of slowing down on that as well. Trying to be pickier on what I grade, have a reason for why I grade it, other than just before, just trying to get my collection is too big to try to get everything graded, but I like to get key cards graded, rookie cards, stuff I'm going to sell, just to add a little value to it if I can, or it just makes it easier to sell. But I've been kind of getting hammered here lately, selling, not recouping grading costs. So probably not the best seller in the world, but I'm just trying to get rid of stuff. I don't get upset when I mail a card. Now they might resell it and make 10 times whatever, but it's out of my apartment. I need to make room. Bottom line, need to make room. So with that being said, be out of town. So Sunday night, coming back in town, I got to keep doing my videos. I am I think this is 155 of Let's Talk. Now that's been all over the place. It hasn't been always on Sunday. I used to just do them randomly. It was hard for me in Iowa to do them on just Sunday, so I'd go back and forth whenever I had time. And then started adding, Nats Man as a regular, and starting inviting guests on, having a good time with it, and kind of growing it to what it is. Uh, so, talking football this weekend will be a football kickoff. If Mike comes on, I want to talk to him a little bit about the Harper and the crowd and all of that. But it's going to be mainly just football cards. And I really want to, I've invited two OG members, and I want to get their take on some football cards and how the hobby is, way the hobby is now when it comes to football collecting. To me, it's just quarterbacks. What all the hype is, but if you're collecting, if you're a collector, are you just fascinated by the quarterbacks? That's kind of the question I'm going to throw out there to them. I kind of know their answer, but I want to talk through it a little bit, be devil's advocate. So I just want to throw that out there, and hope to see you there. I mean, I know this is mainly a baseball channel, but there is other sports out there, and football. The only sport I really just don't care much about is basketball. That come and go. Other sports piques my interest. I like to have guys that know way more than me on to talk about it and listen to their take. Monday will be me and my dad again. Now that one's going to be probably later on Monday when I release it. I am off Monday. But I'll be traveling Sunday, so we won't record till Monday evening. I think he's going to go and enjoy the last day at the pool. I think it's going to be hot enough. So he's going to do that. I can't remember who the team was that he selected this week, but we'll definitely have plenty to talk about. Season winding down. September. Basically 4 weeks left in the season. What's that? 24 games left. So 24-ish games for teams. So we'll take a look at coming down the stretch here, what we're looking at. And hopefully I'll have like a playoff show when we get to there at the end of the year on Sunday night. But with that, I'd like to thank everybody, my new subscribers. Didn't do a Nerdy Thursday this week. I could have. I had to go to work early for training Thursday, and just with my second shift schedule, I've been sleeping later, so it's been tough. But with that being said, I just want to thank y'all, all the new subscribers. Thank for y'all hanging in there with me. Thank you for the evolution that's coming on. I'm kind of talking this way because September is my 5-year being on the YouTubes. So I'll one night I'll probably one Sunday night kind of celebrate that a little bit. So we'll see where we're at. So until next time, like, share, tell a friend, and we'll see ya.